In today's episode, I'm going to share a story I found on Reddit. If you enjoy it, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You can never leave the bathroom. It was just a regular weekend day. In the evening, my girlfriend and I went to the cinema for the last movie of the day. Some lousy horror, but there was nothing else on. The theater was completely empty, just the two of us. When we got out, I really had to use the bathroom. Too much soda during the movie. My girlfriend said she didn't need to go and would wait for me outside, right by the restroom entrance. The restroom was nothing special, urinals and stalls. I never liked urinals, so I went into a stall. A moment passed, and I heard someone enter the restroom. It surprised me a little. The cinema was supposed to be empty. Then that person entered the stall next to mine. The stalls were open at the bottom, and that's when I saw it. A leg sticking out from the neighboring stall. Dirty, bare, no shoe, long, yellow toenails. "Hello? Is everything okay?" No response. I wanted to get out as fast as possible. The whole situation felt wrong. Then I heard a voice, strangely familiar. It said, "Finally, it's over." That's when panic took over. I burst out of my stall. The neighboring one was empty, completely empty. The only thing lying there was a pocket knife. I picked it up and slipped it into my pocket. There was no one else in the bathroom. I washed my hands, splashed water on my face, and rushed to the exit. But I couldn't leave. I opened the door and walked into another bathroom. Identical. Same urinals, same stalls, same sinks. I froze. Maybe I used the wrong door. I opened another one, another bathroom, and another, and another. "What the hell is going on?" I muttered. I pulled out my phone. No signal. I started running, opening door after door. Every time, another bathroom. I don't know how many I passed until my legs gave out. No windows, no clocks. My phone always showed the same time, 9:37 p.m. every time. It felt like forever. All the rooms identical, each leading only to the next. I collapsed onto the floor, opened another door. The same bathroom again. Lying on the dirty floor felt comforting. I fell asleep. I don't know how long I slept. My phone died. My cracked lips and hunger told me one thing. I'd been there a long time. I couldn't stay there forever. I had to survive. Water was easy to find. Every tap worked. I searched every sink, every pipe, every stall, until the last stall. A small ventilation fan, held by 4 screws. Then I remembered the pocket knife. I unscrewed the grill. Maybe this is the exit. The vent was dark, narrow. I heard something inside, tapping. "Help! Is anyone there?" Nothing. I reached my hand inside. That was a mistake. Something moved, crawled, alive. I screamed and pulled my hand back. Cockroaches, all over my arm. I slammed the door. Another bathroom. I screamed. I sat on the floor, staring. Then came hunger, and the sound again, scuttling. Cockroaches poured from the pipes. I knew what that meant. You won't die of hunger here. I made soup. I ate it. I survived. Days passed, then weeks, maybe months. The bathrooms never changed, but I did. At first, it was only cockroaches. Then the sounds changed. Scratching, heavier, closer. It came from the pipes. One day, after another breakdown, after destroying yet another toilet, I heard it clearly. Something was alive in there. I smashed the porcelain until the drain was exposed. The scratching grew louder. I reached inside. Something bit me. I screamed. A rat, medium-sized. Its teeth sunk into my finger. I flung it against the wall. I stood there, my hand burning with pain. The bite throbbed intensely. I don't remember making the decision. I just survived. Rats became food, just like the cockroaches. I stopped cleaning them, stopped caring. The finger hurt constantly, swollen, stiff. I wrapped it tightly and kept going. I don't know how long it lasted. Months? Years? I barely recognized myself. Days passed, then weeks, maybe months. Bathroom after bathroom, always the same. I lost weight. My reflection looked like a ghost. I destroyed everything: mirrors, doors, toilets. Then I stopped caring. Until finally, something changed. One stall was closed. I froze. I stepped into the stall, and I stood completely still. I didn't know what to do, because I knew who was in the stall next to mine. I remembered. It was me. Just much earlier. I wondered, should I tell him? Should I warn him? Could I change everything? Suddenly, I heard his voice. "Hello? Is everything okay?" That's when fear took over, because I understood. This was the beginning of the loop. I stood there frozen. I couldn't say anything. I barely managed to whisper, "Finally, it's over." I remembered the pocket knife. That's how I got it. And that's how I had to place it on the ground now. That's when I understood I had received the pocket knife from another version of myself. I understood that I couldn't change anything. This was a loop. That other me had to live through it. He had to go through exactly the same thing I did. I decided that I would not break the loop. I made it. I got out of that cursed bathroom. But was I really unable to warn him? Now, it no longer mattered. I ran. I burst out of the restroom, out of the cinema. She was there, my girlfriend. I grabbed her, held her as tight as I could. "We have to leave, now." She asked what was wrong. I didn't answer. I just ran, pulling her with me, not looking back. Then, pain, light, silence. I woke up in a hospital. Machines beeping, white walls, doctors, my girlfriend crying. I told them everything. The bathrooms, the voice, the knife. They listened. They said it was trauma, a hallucination. Months of therapy. They told me my mind created it, a coping mechanism. Eventually, I believed them. I moved on. Until one day, I was cleaning my room, and I saw it. The pocket knife. The same one, scratched, worn. I never owned a knife like that. My hands started shaking, because deep down, I knew. It wasn't a dream. It really happened. But what do you think? If you liked the episode, leave a like and subscribe with notifications. Write in the comments how you'd rate this story from 1 to 10.